What's the cue, mate?
For marching trolls.
So, I'm going to go. It's Dr. Philip Smith, on the organ. That's what I was going to do. It's either him or Jonathan.
Yeah.
I'll work it out. Yeah, so whoever that is, round of applause. In a moment, I'll ask the congregation to stand to processional, march the trolls by Greg. Yeah, by a school concert band conducted by Mrs. Greg Taylor. I shall remain standing until you will take the lead of the headmaster once they're processed in. So basically, once he gets there, that's your cue to then, well, you don't need to just, do your wherever you're up to. Yeah, you're finito. Yeah.
We have a repeat plan.
Yeah. So once he's there, that's your, but if you've got 10 seconds, 20 seconds, whatever you have, that's basically when he's standing on his chair, that's your cue.
Finish up soonish.
Yeah, and then there'll be no more cutaway.
Yeah.
Basically, run through, and then you guys, I will cue you in.
Second piece.
The second piece, which is the last one.
Yeah.
So it'll be, it's now time for a third and final musical performance. We'll draw a concert band for How to Train Your Dragon, the John Power Commander with Mr. Turner, take the rotate, and then that'll be you guys.
Cool.
And then again, I'll cue you guys.
Dedicate that to the mother-in-law then.
No, we can do it.
Oh yeah, no.
Sweet. Yeah.
So there's no subtle like cues or anything. No subtle cues.
Please be seated. Thank you to our concert band. Nau mai, hara mai. Ki te wharekarakia o hehu te kingi. Me tēnei te rā tukutonga o hauta paura. Rua mana, rua te kau mā rua. Tēnā koutou katoa. Welcome to St. Paul's Collegiate Senior Prizegiving for 2025. Welcome to all family members, those online, invited guests, and most importantly, the students of St. Paul's Collegiate School. A special welcome to Andrew Johnson, our board chair, the Archbishop Emeritus Sir David Moxon, the Reverend Peter Rickman, Mrs. Angie Robertson, Principal of Waikato Diocesan School for Girls, and all our Anglican Trust board members. Nau mai, hara mai. On behalf of our headmaster and our school as a whole, thank you for joining us today to celebrate the exceptional achievements of our senior students of 2025. My name is Craig Hardman. It is my honour to be the MC of today's Senior Prizegiving. A few housekeeping important messages to take note. Bathrooms are located on your left, my right. There are also extra bathrooms in the Collegians Pavilion where you drove in, and in the Mary Hornsby Library if needed. Emergencies in the event of a fire alarm, please just stay calm. And in an orderly fashion, make your way to one of the exits and we'll congregate on the first 15 rugby field. Phones, please just turn them off. They are a school rule. At the least, they should be on silent. A small oversight can lead to a lot of embarrassment and frustration. Applause etiquette. For the majority of the ceremony, students will be called up in groups of 4 to 12. Please hold your applause until the end to avoid any confusion. The announcer will indicate when to applaud. We ask you to refrain from jeering, whistling and shouting, thus maintain the dignity of this important occasion. Photos. At the end of at the conclusion of the prize giving, all of our recipients of special prizes will be dismissed, and parents and guests, you'll be welcome to have your photos taken in the Tihoi Garden. Please can you ensure that you then sign your trophy in before departing. Our leavers lunch at the conclusion of the prize giving. All leavers, if you are a prize winner, after your photo are invited to our leavers lunch, and all of our students will then be dismissed for the weekend. So welcome one and all to this 66th annual major prize giving. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. We were exceptional yesterday in the way we sung. Let's start that by standing for the national anthem played by Dr. Dunlop. Please stand.
Standing and saying together the words of the school prayer, Mai Noi Tātou. Heavenly Father, giver of all that is good, we thank you for the blessings and privileges we daily enjoy as members of this school. Give us grace, we pray, to use your gifts to your glory in the service of others. Strengthen us to stand firm in our faith in our Saviour, Jesus Christ. May your Holy Spirit so rule our hearts and lives, that we may daily grow in the love of you and one another, through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. Ei noho.
Thank you, Rev. To start proceedings, we will enjoy a musical piece. Julia Chang will be playing the flutes, and she'll be playing Michael Blavet's Sonata in G minor. She'll be accompanied by Dr. Dunlop. Thank you, Julia, and thank you, Dr. Dunlop. You take it away. I see him just running around the side, just trying to buy him a little bit of time. Simply beautiful. Thank you, Julia. Thank you, Dr. Dunlop. Wonderful to hear that sound just echo around the walls in this whare karakia. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce our chairman of the Waikato Anglican Trust Board, Mr. Andrew Johnson, to deliver his address for 2025. After Mr. Andrew Johnson has spoken, this will be followed by the headmaster, Mr. Skeen. Over to you, Mr. Johnson.
Welcome to the 66th Annual Prizegiving in St Paul's Collegiate School. I'd like to formally welcome all those who have joined us in person and online as we celebrate outstanding student achievement. It is my privilege on behalf of my fellow trustees to be able to acknowledge our success through 2025 and reaffirm our direction in 2026 and beyond. But you can relax, no major announcements this year, and I'll promise I'll be short. Our strategy for the school recognises that in order to have the educational outcomes we all want, we need to create the right learning environment. This is more than just the physical environment. It is both the expectations that we set, the behaviours that we celebrate, and the appointment and continuous professional development of high-quality staff. recognising that prioritising these core aspects of school life return the greatest benefit to the young people who live and learn here. Throughout the year, as a board, we've made significant investments in progressing our master campus plan, with the Hive set to open in January 2026, the expansion and refurbishment of Sargood House, almost complete, and the recent opening of our Staff and Visitor Centre at the Tihoi Venture School, along with 2 new staff townhouses for Harrington Boarding under construction. As a board, our strategy recognises the importance of both people and culture within the school and wider organisation. Notably, we continue to focus on our goal of being the premier boarding school in New Zealand. Why such a focus on boarding? It is our strong belief that if we get boarding right in terms of expectations, systems and pastoral care, that this all flows through into all areas of our day school operation as well. The professional development and support of a boarding housemaster becomes the same standard for a day housemaster. The quality recreational environment for a boarder becomes the same facilities available for all day students to enjoy. The provision of quality food for boarding students is the same standard for all students and the staff that get to enjoy on a daily basis at lunch. So that we recognise that we're not only the need to provide high quality facilities that encourage great learning outcomes, but we also need to continue to invest in our people and give them every opportunity to be their best when in front of our students. As we look towards 2026, the budget reflects increased investment in housemasters and additional pastoral staffing throughout the school, as we know the quality of the care enhances the support, confidence and success of our young people. During the year, we've been getting ready to welcome Year 9 girls to St Paul's in January 2026. We've been very deliberate in our planning to create an increasingly co-ed offering and structure that combines a focus on high standards, academic rigour and extracurricular contribution, while recognising that as society changes, our young people need to be equipped with critical health, social education experiences and messaging to ensure they can be confident, contributing leaders in society into the future. Another key focus for the board and senior leadership this year has been developing a clear strategy and policy for the phased adoption of AI. The training with and use of AI tools is well underway throughout the whole school, from helping streamline administrative tasks, supporting teachers with planning and preparing lessons, to directly enhancing the student learning experience. Beyond the immediate operational efficiency and productivity improvements, we are most excited about the potential for AI-supported learning to enhance the development of critical thinking skills for students across all levels of ability. Next year, our school roll will be just over 960 students. This is heartening and a new milestone in our school's history. As our enrolments grow, we want to assure you that the board is committed to ensuring average class sizes do not grow. We pride ourselves on having small classes and will continue to make significant investment in developing of our people and campus to achieve this, as maintaining an average of 20 students or less in our classes is at the heart of a St Paul's education. Again, this is a very deliberate strategic choice, and we believe that this provides the greatest opportunity for every student to reach their full potential. As another successful year at St Paul draws to a close, I wish to acknowledge all our staff, both inside and outside the classroom, our amazing teaching staff, but also behind the scenes contributors, the volunteers, facilities and grounds, cleaning, matrons, gappies, sports team coaches and assistants, marketing, student services and health, finance, admin, procurement, and the amazing kitchen team. We acknowledge your efforts and contributions to St Paul's in 2025. You all make the difference for our students and the wider St Paul's community. To those staff members who conclude their time with us today, I thank each and every one of you for your dedication and service to the school. I particularly want to acknowledge Associate Headmaster Craig Hartman and his wife, Brooke, who is heading to Lindisfarne College as headmaster. Craig has served the school for 18 years as a teacher, boarding staff member, PE teacher, head of department, housemaster, starting to wonder what he didn't do, coach, and is widely acknowledged as a high-performing senior leadership team member, responsible for both boarding, Tihoi and school operations, and has also been acting headmaster. Craig has been exceptional in all these roles and has made a real difference to all those he has worked with. We wish Craig and Brooke well for this exciting new chapter in their lives. Also wish to acknowledge and say thank you for the contribution made by my fellow trustees, Terry Veach, Bruce Miller, Ali Grigg, John Calder, Ross Brown, Sir David Moxham, Kath Clark, Karen O'Megan, Jackie Shuker, and James Gerlich. Thank you. And also to my wife and family for supporting me in this role. To leavers departing in 2025, we wish you all the best, and on behalf of the board, can I say thank you to all the parents and guardians for your commitment, support, loyalty to the school. We value and are mindful of the sacrifices that you have made to send your sons and daughters to St Paul's. Enjoy the upcoming break.
Tēnā koutou e te whānau, ke te mihi ki te atua, ki te iu karaiti hoki, kuini nāwai hono e te pō pai Mārie, ki te hunga mate e moe, e moe, e moe. Ki te tātou katoa, kia ora, nau mai, haere mai, welcome. Chair of the Waikato Anglican College Trust Board, Mr Andrew Johnson, Archbishop Sir David Moxon, trustees, fellows, staff, parents, friends of the school, and most importantly, the young people who sit before me today representing the vitality and courage of a generation ready to lead. It is my privilege to present the 66th Headmaster's Report for St Paul's Collegiate School. I love educational environments. Every year, there is building in progress. The building upon students' academic knowledge, the building of new physical spaces, the building of deepening cultural connection, the building of one's character. The list goes on. So it seems appropriate today to share some of the building highlights at St Paul's throughout 2025. These include the building upon students' academic knowledge. This has included the continuation of our unapologetic focus on teachers teaching, an increased emphasis on academic tracking to ensure that ultimately the overwhelming majority of students gain university entrance so that all pathways are open to them beyond our gates, regardless of the next step that they may wish to take. The continuation of Year 9 specialist literacy and numeracy classes for 75% of our most junior students to ensure gaps in understanding and application can be addressed early. And the successful second full year of the St Paul's Diploma at Year 11, providing explicit curriculum content and rigorous assessment mechanisms. All the meanwhile, we have championed the proposed nationwide secondary school assessment changes. Around here, we stand for a robust and aspirational education system. Naturally, there has been the building of new or refurbished physical spaces. This has included the almost completed $15 million project, The Hive, the Sargood Building House extension and refurbishment works, the activation of Putahi, the Tihoi Staff Offices and Visitor Centre, the new Textile Technology Workshop, 2 new build Harrington boarding staff townhouses. These projects have occurred alongside the early commencement of 2026 property works, including 2 additional toilet block facilities, additional Harrington Day common room space on the current school shop footprint, a new 20-bed Harrington boarding complex, and the Harrington boarding common room extension, but to name a few. We've also focused on the building of future and further capacities in teaching. This has included ensuring teaching staff members get off campus to visit other educational providers so that they can observe, learn, and bring back into our setting examples of great practice. The development of artificial intelligence policy, procedures and practice, which will not only assist in operational efficiency and resource creation, but also an embedding of a critical thinking emphasis within all courses and units of work. And the expert professional development training, especially in the sphere of enhancing student pastoral support strategies across all staff members. Obviously, there's been the building of momentum in 2025 as we plan for the introduction of Year 9 girls next year. This has included hiring outstanding new staff. Of note, we began interviewing in June this year in readiness to ensure we appoint the best and the brightest. The targeted professional development for teachers focused on effective strategies for supporting younger age female students. The reviewing of our orientation experience and wider enrolment processes. And the refinement of our junior courses and, where appropriate, modifying course options to ensure junior school programs offer a variety of subjects across each curriculum strand. We've continued building even greater visibility of our steadfast expectations and aspirations through the school's refreshed vision and values. In particular, I wish to note the call to both contemplation and action contained within the messaging of the weekly chaplain St. Paul's pen. Such reflections are crucial at a time where we're saturated by a society that promotes individualism and self-importance. We've continued the building of students' passions via extracurricular experiences through compulsory sport, music, cultural activities, the performing arts. The building of awareness of realities and needs facing others within our community through hugely successful charity days and fundraising initiatives, with over $100,000 raised this year alone, and an active voluntary service, mission and outreach offering for all interested students. We've been attempting to build resilience through the Tihoi Venture School program that our young men have experienced, compulsory house competition participation for all students, regular tests and examinations. We've sought to build a passion for landscapes beyond our horizon through a number of domestic and international education outside the classroom opportunities. But most importantly, we've been building young people full of hope and conviction. This has included our students regularly sharing in large group contexts their stories, their wisdom, their respective calls to action. As examples of this student-led inspiration, I'll forever remember Head of House Matilda Miller's address at the Harrington Day House dinner, when in reference to the future, she eloquently shared the sentiment, "There are seats at tables for you you have never seen, doors you haven't opened yet, and so many opportunities that are waiting for you to grab them." And who could forget the courage of Year 13 student Toby Bowler during a Pride Week Assembly address when he implored us all to realise the difference is really made when we treat everyone with empathy, no matter how different they are to us. These student-led moments matter, for the lives of our young people are constantly being built and shaped by the experience and guidance of those who have walked before them. In short, we've been busy building in 2025. The colloquial expression "Rome wasn't built in a day" continues to be widely used in modern society, inferring building anything of substance takes time and by default typically relies on the efforts of many. I now wish to express gratitude to the many individuals who have contributed deeply and meaningfully to the journey of building people, places and programs this year. Firstly, to our parents, proud whānau who support and believe in an educational foundation firmly grounded in faith and whanaungatanga. Thank you for your trust in our staff. Thank you for giving us the honour of building alongside your treasured sons and daughters. To the leaving class of 2025, I want you to know that I sat in this whare karakia yesterday afternoon, and as the chamber choir performed the Celtic blessing, "May the road rise up to meet you," during the leavers service, I sat in my chair, right over there, and I cried. This is not common for me. As the choir so beautifully sang the words, "Until we meet again, may God hold you, may God hold you, may God hold you in the palm of his hand," tears ran down my face. I was overwhelmed not by the imminent departure of Tilly, the school cat, who the Hartman family is stealing from us, but rather by the departure of you as a Year 13 cohort. The mixture of your connectivity, your humour, vulnerability and hope. I've only ever personally experienced the same intensity from one other departing class in over 20 plus years of education. So thank you. I pray that God may hold each of you as you set out to lead lives of phenomenal contribution and impact. To head girl Georgia Roberts, head boy Roy Zhu, deputy head girl Annie Stokes and deputy head boy William Peoples, please know that whilst I'll obviously never acknowledge it in public, each of you are incredibly talented, hard-working and fun adults who are living out a life like the wholehearted in the arena. I've truly cherished our time together and have delighted in watching you grow. To construct lives that truly matter, we need to be guided by master builders. Thank you to the wonderful humans who form the St. Paul's staff. Dedicated and enthusiastic individuals who across all facets of school life seek to position the building blocks in place so our young people can flourish. At the start of the year, I challenged you as a team and then as individuals to do things that scare you. I've watched on, observing countless examples of this challenge being accepted. So thank you. Thank you for living out Marianne Williamson's attestation that as we let our light shine, we unconsciously give others the permission to do the same. To the members of the school's senior leadership team, including my dear friend and executive assistant, Ms. Jennifer Purvis, my heartfelt appreciation for your collective, unwavering commitment and energy to the kaupapa we're advancing. It is with an abundance of conviction, humour and grace you are leading this community through change. Each of you are both the architects and the labourers. Thank you for fighting for the things that matter. Importantly, the conclusion of this year marks the departure of the much-loved Mr. Craig Hardman after 19 years of devoted, passionate and selfless service to St Paul's as he takes the well-deserved appointment of Rector of Lindisfarne College in the Hawke's Bay. At yesterday's final Headmasters' Assembly, Mr. Hardman addressed the school. And in his concluding remarks, he signed off by saying, "Thank you for the memories, the laughter, the lessons. I've loved being part of this school. This is not a place of busyness. This is a place of magic and opportunities." Well, sir, I speak on behalf of all of us in echoing straight back to you the following. Thank you for being part of this place, a part of our memories. Thank you for your laughter. Thank you for the lessons you have taught us. We have loved having you as part of this school. You are the magic. You have created so many opportunities. We will remain forever grateful to and for you. To the trustees of the Waikato Anglican College Trust Board, please know how much your stewardship of the present and the future is seen and deeply valued. Thank you for your critique, counsel and commitment to this great school. To the board chairman, Mr. Andrew Johnson, it was 5 years ago that we first met. You told me why this community was so special. Yet you humbly failed to mention the enormous contribution of time and heart you personally provide to enhance the environment and its people. Thank you for your continued presence and passion. To the directors of the St Paul's Foundation, led by the generous and thoughtful Mr. John Jackson, to our Collegians Association Executive and Future Focus President, Mr. Ryan McCarthy, class of 1997, and to our committed Parents Association members, led by Ms. Tomasina Antanovic, please know that all successful building sites require a combination of contractors expertly executing their specialised functions all at the same time. Thank you for your collective effort and belief in 2025. To Hayley, my wife, as we continue to build our own family and treasure memories and moments, thank you for allowing the St Paul's family to share me at the same time. You remain the best site manager I know. I love you dearly. As we, the St Paul's community, near the conclusion of Project 2025, I stand before you as a proud son of a father who was a builder. And while memories of his unfinished jobs around the family home remained vivid long after his passing, the recalling of his delayed works in progress explanations continue to remind me of the following. We are all unfinished, incomplete, flawed, constructed on foundations we faithfully hope and pray will weather storms and sunshine alike in the times ahead. Critically, though, God has already given us everything we will ever need, so we should march on with sketch pads, hammers and chisels to build lives that truly matter. Over the weeks ahead, as the unpredictability of spring gives way to the warm embrace of summer, I wish all members of our St Paul's whānau countless moments of both stillness and energy-filled family fun. Let us seek to expand photo albums of memories built on faith, hope and love. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. Please stand with me and join as we proudly sing, Here I Am, Lord.
Thank you. Please be seated. Superb singing. Thank you, school. Thank you, Dr. Dunlop. Big thank you, Mr. Johnson, for your thoughtful reflections of the year, the energy and wisdom and the commitment you and the members of the board bring to St. Paul's Collegiate School. We're truly fortunate to have such a dedicated governance and ongoing support from you all. A big thank you. Thank you also to the headmaster for your address, your insight, your forward-looking vision, and thank you for your kind words. We now move on to the Sports and Cultural Awards. Deputy Headmaster responsible for extracurricular activities, Mr. Hay, will come to the lectern to read the names and citations of the awardees. Presenting the awards will be Mrs. Miller.
It gives me great privilege to read out the cultural trophies for 2025. I'll read them out in groups of 5 or 6. Please hold your applause. The Hamilton Piano Centre Music Cup for excellence in all musical areas of school life, Eric Joe. The Jan Frisk Organ Cup for organ playing and contribution to chapel music, Vivian Ho. You can wait to the applause to the last 5 or 6, go up please. The Flint Parsons Trophy for Most Improved Concert Band Player, Gillian Chang. The mic's working now, you can hear me? Chamber Music Scholarship for a student or group of committed students, the Chamber Music. This is shared between Shanaz Chen and Heidi Chang. The Year 12 Bass Trophy, Jonathan Jiang. And the Year 12 Treble Trophy, Ruby McKay. Now you can applaud the winners. Duke of Edinburgh Gold Awards. To achieve your Gold Award in the Duke of Edinburgh, you must compete in your own time, 12 to 18 months commitment in the following areas of volunteering, physical recreation, and skill modules. Congratulations to the following students: Jesse Chan, Samuel Cluson, James Su, and Rizu. Well done, gentlemen. The Dan Bryant Cup. Dan Bryant was one of New Zealand's greatest mountaineering heroes who was a part of the 1935 Everest expedition and a role model for Sir Edmund Hillary. Congratulations, Roizu. The St Paul's Aeronautical Trophy. St Paul's has a long-standing history with Aussie James and the Royal Aeronautical Society. This scholarship is for a student continuing the aeronautical field. Congratulations, Carter Horsfield. The Gamma Gavel is for excellence in debating. An unwavering commitment to debating and complete dedication to the excellence mean this year's recipient of the Gamma Gavel is most deserving. Congratulations, Olivia Lee. The Cowan Plate for continuous service to the choir. Congratulations, Martina Zhang. The Parr Music Trophy for excellence in orchestral music. Congratulations, Zane Merson. Can we give these students another round of applause, please? The Rodney Hamill Cup for the most significant contribution to culture. In 2025, this will be shared by Olivia Rose Hapoka and Eric Joe. Can you both come up, please? Both these students are art prefects and have demonstrated outstanding leadership, commitment and service to the arts. Oliver Rose has led organised events, contributed to the choir and kapahaka for several years and represented the school at the Māori Queen's First Coronation and Manu Kōrero regional competition. Eric has consistently excelled in school music groups and productions, and together they have raised the profile of the arts of St Paul's with passion, dedication and excellence. Congratulations. The Janet Cole Cup for Excellence in Performing Arts. Congratulations to the 2025 Big Band. Can I ask Zane Merson to collect on behalf, please? Although Zane is collecting it, this award goes out collectively to a group of musicians with the St Paul's community who have shown outstanding skill and commitment to the ensemble. Silver award at the National Youth Jazz Competition in Tauranga. This was followed with a gold award at the Hawke's Bay Festival of Bands. Congratulations to the St Paul's Big Bands. The Supreme Cultural Award is awarded to a student who has excelled above all others in a cultural activity. Congratulations, Anna Curry. Anna has demonstrated exceptional talent, leadership and commitment across the performing arts. She has a leading role in the school production, contributed both all-comers and chamber choirs, and captivated audience with solo performance alongside the big band. Beyond school, Anna's talents have extended to a wider community where she is starring in the regional theatre production of Freaky Friday at the Rivoli Theatre. Her barbershop quartet, Dulce Latte, also achieved outstanding success, winning both the regional and national titles in the Young Singers and Harmony Barbershop National Competition. Anna's passion, dedication and excellence across all areas of performance make her most deserving of this prize, the Supreme Culture Award. Well done, Anna. I'd now like to move across to the sports awards, please. The Davis Family Cup for Best Distance Runner. This award recognises an athlete who has shown exceptional endurance, consistency and mental strength in long distance running. It highlights their success in races such as the cross country and track events. Congratulations, Tasman Reid. Tasman has consistently trained for distance running over the whole year. He has completed in all levels and zones, Waibot Bay of Plenty and Nationals. This year Tasman has put in extra work outside of training to improve his abilities and has shown an improvements and results in gaining personal bests. Congratulations, Tasman. The Wayne O'Brien Trophy. This award honours a sports person who has not only reached their highest level of performance in their sport, but has also gone above and beyond in helping others achieve their potential. Through exceptional service, leadership and mentorship, the recipient has made a significant impact on their sport, both as an individual and a supporter of their teammates' development. Their dedication to excellence and commitment to fostering growth in others sets them apart as a true role model. Congratulations, Jasmine Davies. Jasmine has excelled in netball this year, achieving outstanding success at both national and regional levels. She was selected for the Netball New Zealand National Development Camp, as well as New Zealand Netball Secondary Schools Camp. She captained the St Paul's Premier Netball team for 2025, as well as the Hamilton City Under-18. Recognition of her strong communication, reliability, and ability to inspire those around her. Jasmine has made a lasting contribution to St Paul's netball program in the last 3 years through her dedication to not only playing but also umpiring and mentoring others, regularly volunteering for multiple games each Saturday and assisting players with extra training sessions. She has shown exceptional commitment and humility. Her leadership, generosity and general care for others has strengthened the culture of netball at St Paul's, making her deserving of this award. Congratulations, Jazz. The Director of Sport Award recognises the team that has demonstrated exceptional performance, teamwork and dedication throughout the year. The recipient team has achieved outstanding results in competition, consistency in displaying unity, resilience and a strong work ethic. Their commitment to excellence both on and off the field or court sets them apart as a group that exemplifies the highest standard of sportsmanship and achievement. Congratulations, First 11 Cricket. Can I ask Campbell Boyd to come up on behalf, Campbell? Oh, sorry, Campbell Soanes and Campbell Boyd, both of you, please. St Paul's First 11 cricket team won the National Districts Regional Qualifying Tournament for the second consecutive year in 2024 and 25 in March this year. This is the second year in a row they go to the prestigious, also commonly known as the Gillette Cup National Tournament down in Christchurch, which features the top 6 secondary school cricket teams in the country. We wish you boys and the rest of your team all the best in December later this year. Congratulations, First 11 cricket. The Tapawai Excellence in Sport. This award celebrates the achievement of the top Māori athlete who excelled in their chosen sport. It recognises their outstanding performance, dedication and commitment, as well as his embodiment of Māori values such as whanaungatanga, manaakitanga and kaha. Congratulations, J. Bennyfield Cricket. Jay has been a member of the First 11 cricket since year 9. This year he has been selected in the following squads: the Northern Districts Under-19s, the Northern Districts Māori Men's, Waikato Valley Men's Squad, the Waikato Under-19 squad, and also in 2025 selected the New Zealand Māori Secondary Schools. Congratulations, Jay. The Peter Gilbert Trophy. This award honours the male athlete who has demonstrated exceptional skill, dedication and achievement in his sport throughout the year. The recipient has excelled in competition, showing outstanding resilience and a commitment to continuous improvement. This person's achievements, either individually or as a team, set him apart as an inspiration to others. Congratulations, George Benjamin, rowing. George has produced exceptional results on the water throughout the 2024-25 rowing season. Most notable were his contributions to the success of crews at North Island Championships, where they were part of the gold-winning Under-17 and Under-18 quad sculls, and individually crowned New Zealand North Island Under-17 sculls champion. Following on from this, at the New Zealand Māori Cup, these crews also excelled with the Under-17 quad winning gold in a dominant style, setting a new course record, and the Under-18 quad winning silver. But George backed this up individually, taking gold and a national title in the Under-17 single sculls. Congratulations, George. The Margaret Forsyth Trophy. This award honours the female athlete who has demonstrated exceptional skill, dedication and achievement in her sport throughout the year. The recipient has excelled in competition, showing outstanding leadership, resilience and a commitment to continuous improvement. Her achievements, either individually or as a team player, set her apart as a role model and an inspiration to others. Congratulations, Caitlin Foote. Caitlin has demonstrated exceptional skill, dedication and achievement in her sport of water polo. This was rewarded with her selection in the New Zealand Water Polo Junior Development Squad, preparing for the Under-20 World Championships next year, in 2027, sorry. In 2025, Caitlin committed to playing Div 1 water polo in Auckland, while also representing the Waikato women's team, captaining the Waikato Under-18 women's team, and also our St Paul's Collegiate girls team. Beyond her playing commitment, she gives back to the sport as a referee at events and tournaments, showcasing her leadership and commitment to the growth of water polo. Her ability to maintain such a high standard of performance and her commitment sets her apart as an aspiring role model whose determination and passion for water polo truly embodies the spirit of this award. Congratulations. The Cole Cup to the most outstanding individual sports person. This award celebrates an athlete who has achieved the highest possible level of representation in their chosen sport, consistently delivering outstanding performance at that elite level. The recipient exemplifies excellence through their dedication, skill and ability to compete at the top of their field. Their achievements set a benchmark for success to inspire others to strive for greatness in their sport. Congratulations, Curtis Gower. Curtis represented New Zealand in the under-21 polo cross team, winning a test series in Australia. At both the New Zealand Club Champs and the New Zealand Nationals, he won the best number one and the best horse and rider, with his team claiming the top grade title, making him the youngest ever to win a top grade award for New Zealand. Congratulations, Curtis.
Congratulations, students. Thank you to Mr. Hay and Mrs. Miller. I'd now like to invite two outstanding young adults to the lectern. They have served the school with distinction as our head students of you, the student body. They can truly be proud of what they've achieved this year. Please welcome Roy Zhu and Georgia Roberts, head boy and head girl of 2020-25, to deliver their final school address.
Abraham Lincoln once said, "It's not the years in your life that count, it's the life in your years." My 3 years at St. Paul's have been just that, full of life. It's hard to condense that time at St. Paul's into a single word or phrase. Too many moments, too many people, and too many lessons have shaped these years into something far bigger than a single word could ever capture. These moments, people, and lessons have defined who I am. St. Paul's has become like a home and a second family these past 3 years. One thing you may not know about me is that I was never supposed to attend St. Paul's. Growing up, I always knew I was going to be off at boarding school one day, listening to Dad's stories about running over the headmaster on a bike in the middle of the night to getting up to a certain type of mischief behind the old water tank. After 2 years down the road at Waikato Dio, I desperately convinced my parents to come for a school tour. We learnt two things. St. Paul's has changed a little to when my dad attended, and this was the right place for me to finish my high schooling. Although applications were well closed, there managed to be a place for me, and I told Dad he needed to get out of bed a little earlier and sell a few more lambs. Through this process and my time at St. Paul's, a few things have become very clear. Don't have regrets. Do everything. Squeeze as much as you can into every day. Don't regret leaving things out because you couldn't be bothered. Have a go at everything you can and don't be afraid to fail. Always take advantage of every opportunity. From the very first day, St. Paul's began to feel less like a school and more like a second home. A few days before I began in year 11, my grandmother passed away. Experiencing a new range of emotions, it was tough, navigating a new place, new people, and rowing trainings on top of it all. But I was surrounded by care and kindness. Year 13 girls who checked in on me, boarding staff who made sure I was okay, and people who reminded me I wasn't alone. That experience showed me what makes St. Paul's special. The people who care. People who look out for each other. This school has truly become a second home. Like family, here I found my 78 siblings, the boarding girls. To my fellow 24 year 13 sisters, as we arrived in year 11, dragging our bags through the doors, we were awkward and uncomfortable. Through many late night talks, pranks, sneakily eating the breakfast food, and getting lost trying to find our classes, or when the bell rang, which I still can't quite work out, friendships formed. By year 12s, we were closer than friends. We were sisters. Looking back, I realised it was never about the experiences. It was about who I experienced them with. No words can describe how much you all mean to me. I don't think some students realise the impact St. Paul's has had on every one of us when we walk through those gates. We learn so much more than the knowledge needed for exams. To the teachers, staff, and various mentors who invested in us and as a cohort, thank you. For me, I've been privileged to learn from so many people, but there have been a few who stood out. Miss Miller, Miss Locke, and Miss Pollock, you're key parts of my second family. You've been my constants. Miss Miller, like a fairy godmother, always backing my ideas and making magic happen with what seems like an endless to-do list. Miss Locke, my on-site mum, your consistent guidance and weekly debriefs have been immensely helpful. And Miss Pollock, like my big sister, always pushing me to be a better version of myself and always there for me when I was upset and needed advice. You three have really supported me throughout my time here, and I cannot thank you enough. This year, I've learned a lot about the idea of excellence, not just in achievements in sport and academics, but in the way you connect with others and the way you do life. My second mum, Miss Locke, has played a huge role in shaping my understanding of this. She's taught me that excellence is about pride in the small things, from having your top button done up, to the way you greet others, and to the attitude you bring into every space you walk into. Her high expectations have pushed all of us boarding girls to grow and to hold ourselves to the same standards. One of the greatest lessons I've learned is that the way you do anything is the way you do everything. Be excellent in everything you do. Be the energy in the room and the reason people smile. Mr. Skeen, our last weekly meeting had me tearing up, not that I'd like to admit that to you. I've truly learnt so much from you this year about the way I wanted to lead. One day you shared a poem, The Invitation, in one of our weekly meetings, and this line stuck with me. I want to know if you can risk looking like a fool for love, for your vision, and for the people you care about. This year, our vision was all about shaping a culture we are proud to leave behind. I will always remember our prefect dance at the ball, including Mr. Skeen's surprise involvement in front of all our Year 12s and 13s. Thank you. To my fellow head students, Roy, Annie, and Will, I've been so grateful for the opportunity to work with you all and give back to this wonderful place. Annie, I couldn't have done this year without you. You're my right-hand girl. Will, your humour and constant support never failed to lighten my days. Your presence made this year not only manageable, but memorable, and I couldn't have asked for better partners in this role. Roy, you're one of the funniest, calm, and humble people I know. I'm so grateful to have learnt so much from you this year. Thank you truly for being the best partner in crime I could have asked for. To the prefects as a whole, and to those who weren't, but still went above and beyond, thank you for showing up, for caring, and for making a real difference in the culture of our school. And to the graduating class of 2025, look around. Look at the people next to you, who you've shared the long days at school, tears, and laughter. We've had all of our moments together. Clark and Williams finally dethroning Hamilton in the haka, the shared birthday songs in the dining room, and the many assemblies and chapels. One day you're a nervous and lost Year 9 or Year 11, navigating the hallways, and next we're sitting here thinking of how much we'll miss the people around us. To all the Year 13s, thank you for being a part of the journey, and this is not goodbye, but see you later. And the most important thank you, the two wonderful, caring, and selfless humans I know, Mum and Dad. You've been my biggest supporters, always there with love and encouragement. You've been on the bank for every regatta, answered every phone call on the first ring, and sent me the kindest good morning messages, reminding me you're not far away. The caring nature you both have, the way of putting others first and checking in on me, is something I aim to carry with me every day. It's shaped the way I want to lead, the way I treat people, and the kind of person I want to be. The opportunity to attend St. Paul's, the sacrifices you've made to make it possible, and the love you've poured into every part of my life, I'll be forever grateful for. Thank you for teaching me kindness and compassion. When I spoke to the teachers about why I believed I should be standing up here today, I mentioned this idea. Never stop striving to achieve your dreams. To the Year 13s and to the leavers, as we walk through these gates for one last time, never stop striving to achieve your dreams. I push you to continue extending and challenging yourselves to be the best version of yourselves, just as St. Paul's has done for us. Prioritise what makes you happy, spend time with the people who make you laugh and smile. The people are what made St. Paul's home. Thank you, St. Paul's, for giving me more than I ever knew I needed. And so I end with gratitude. As Winnie the Pooh says, how lucky I am to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard. This is your head girl for 2025, Georgia Roberts, signing out.
It's been a whole year, and I'm glad to report that I still haven't talked to any girls other than my mum and Mrs. Bradford to change my subjects. But I'm also glad to report that I have come close to it. I emailed marketing last week to double check if this speech was going to be appropriate. I never read the response, so here goes. Kia ora, good morning to you all. To our students, our staff, our senior leadership, our board and Mr. Johnson, our distinguished guests, and our parents. Thank you all for being here this morning. We hope you are well. Looking back at George and I's speeches at the start of the year to you all, I realized I was wrong about a few things. I was wrong about why this blazer felt too big. It wasn't just because of stepping into this new role following the big shoes of Will Hadley. It was because I bought the wrong size. But one thing that has stayed constant this year is the idea of privilege. And this idea of privilege came across on an Instagram reel that read, "What a privilege it is to feel burnt because the shower was too hot. What a privilege it is to feel sick because you've had too much to eat." And this idea of privilege had me thinking back to the start of the year where I felt embarrassed because I had to get dropped off by my dad as a year 13. But what a privilege it was to get dropped off by my dad every morning. And what a privilege it was to get dropped off here at St. Paul's. I think the best way to think about this idea of privilege is to reflect together on our shared experiences across each year group. I'll keep each year group short, but I think it can be cool to have a listen to the year group you're in, or the year group you're going into next year, to see if you can relate. Year 9. I remember in year 9 looking up at these huge year 13s and thinking to myself, I wonder when I'll be able to grow a bit of a moustache like that. And I'm still wondering. But it was those it is the end of year 13, but it was those year 13s that showed us what it meant to be bigger and be a part of something bigger than ourselves, and what it meant to put Fitchit in the house before our own fears and ourselves. What a privilege year 9 was. And year 9s, it only gets better from here. Just wait until year 11. Year 10, Tihoi. COVID tests are meant to turn red, but I remember in intake 1, 2022, when Thomas Purdy's turned thick black instantly. And I remember thinking we thought that he was lucky because he got to go home and visit his parents. But it was when we stopped watching the time go by and we started making a real effort that we learned the power of attitude. As Jackie Chan says in the Karate Kid movies, attitude is everything. But none of these learnings could have been possible without our St. Paul's staff. I owe far more thank yous, but for 2025, I must thank Ms. Spenceley, Mr. Summerfield, Mr. Cakebread, Mr. Taylor, Mr. Van May Garden, Mr. De Beer, and Mrs. Keep, and especially Ms. Pitu and Mr. Aldridge. Thank you for showing us what it truly means to be a teacher, what a privilege it is to have learned from you. Year 11. As we moved into the senior years, it was a good time in year 11 to start thinking of some SMART goals. SMART standing for specific, measurable, achievable, RT. On the topic of SMART, thank you, Mr. Skeen and Mrs. Miller, for your constant care for the prefect group. It has honestly meant a lot that you've always left time for us every week, and that you've shown us that true leadership is more about doing than saying. Thank you to Mrs. Bradford, because now I can tell my son that I talked to at least one girl during high school. And thank you to Mr. Coley, Rev, Mr. Hay, and Mrs. Hay. What a privilege it is to be cared for. Thank you, Mr. Coley, for always being there for me. And thank you, Rev, for always understanding. What a privilege it is to be cared for. Year 12. Year 12 was then things started to get a little more real. It was also a good time for us, and it was an important time for us to start focusing on the things we truly loved. As Albert Einstein always says, if you try to teach a fish how to climb a tree, it'll spend its whole life thinking it's stupid. The point is, if you try to get Dr. McGrath to teach you something like, say, chemistry, oh, good luck. You're going to need it. What a privilege it is for St. Paul's to also have Miss Spenceley as a teacher in chemistry. But Dr. McGrath, what you have been good at is having led Fidshit for 23 years and counting. And Mr. Sharma, I've never had a teacher ask me as often as you do, how are you? And you mean it. My deepest appreciation goes to you two, Dr. McGrath and Mr. Sharma. And Mr. Lewis, thank you if you're watching. And also thank you to Max and Izzy. Year 13. Instead of reflecting, I wish to say thank you to you all. And also to the prefect group. To you all, thank you for being kind. And thank you for being the best group we could have asked for. I wish I'd gotten to know some of you better, but I look forward to seeing all the amazing things you guys get up to as we carry the values and privilege of St. Paul's with us. And especially, thank you to my friends for not treating me any differently this year. What a privilege it is to graduate with such a special and meaningful Year 13 group. And to the Big Four, or the Big Three plus Will. Thank you, Will, for always having my back with everything on the boys' side. And thank you for your constant genius ideas. Thank you, Annie, for always being the first to put your hand up, even though you have literally everything going on. And Georgia, not too sure what you've done this year. But thank you for not giving me a detention when I was late to our own morning late duty. Thank you for doing literally everything this year. Nothing our group has worked towards could have been possible without you, and I mean this. And we must also pass our best wishes on to you, Emma, Gus, Olivia, and especially from myself to you, Artie. There's not a more deserving team than you four, and always remember, you were chosen for a reason. What a privilege it is to serve others. To my grandparents, I remember talking about your grandparents' day in Year 10, and the only word I could think of was dumpling. But thank you for your love. Thank you for raising Mum so well. And thank you, of course, for your dumplings. Wa'ainemen, la la la, yeah. And to Tilly, Mr. Harmon's cat. We will miss you far more than Mr. Harmon himself. Mr. Harmon, yesterday you said that the most powerful thing was education. I disagree. I think the most powerful thing is the educator, like yourself. Mr. Harmon, you have been the role model for the boys who have come through. And I think it's hard to realize how lucky we've been to have had you during our St. Paul's journey. I wish you and your family all the best. And finally, Mum and Dad. I remember a wise quote from Sadie Williams' head girl's speech at the end of last year when she said, "Nothing of me is original. I'm a combined result of my Asian mum's beatings." Or something like that. Mum and Dad, I know it hasn't been... This is George's job. I know it hasn't been the easiest few years for our family, but you've never made it. You've never made it feel this way. You've always put me first. You've always put our family first above everything. I'm sorry I haven't always put you first like I should have, but as we graduate, I just want to promise that nothing about our family will change and that we will always stay at 3. It has been a privilege to have served as head boy this year in 2025, but it's been more of a privilege to have been your son. And to be your son, not being your son. Yeah. And thank you, St. Paul's, for everything. If there's one thing I can leave, it's that this holiday, make sure you leave time for the important things. Not just your friends, but also your family, your mum, and your dad. In a traditional fashion, this is Roy Zhu, Zuzu_the bomb, signing out. Thank you.
Hard to follow, Roy. The headmaster said emotion is good, and Rev also mentioned there has been something pretty special moving through these walls over the last couple of days. So a massive thank you, Roy, for your words and your kindness, Georgia, for yours, for both your addresses. You both should be really, really proud of the way that you've led the school this year and the example that you've set for those that go next year. We now will have something a little bit more upbeat. So we will now have a vocal performance from Anna Curry, who will be singing "Don't Rain on My Parade" by Bob Murrell and Jules Stein. Anna will be accompanied by Dr. Dunlop. Take it away, Anna.
Fantastic, thank you Anna, thank you Dr Dunlop, simply outstanding. I'd now like to invite Mrs Helen Bradford, Deputy Headmaster of Academics and Timetable to the lectern to read the names of Year 12 Senior Academic and Industry Prize winners. Presenting the awards will be departing staff member Mr Rodney de Klerk.
Morena e te whānau. It's my pleasure this morning to read the subject awards for Year 12. The first set of awards are called Industry Awards, and they are given for effort and consistency in achievement across a number of subjects. Lucy McLean-Blutt. Liana Ho. Lani Jarrett. Neve Smith and Ella Roberts. If we could have a round of applause, please. We now move on to those Year 12 students who have earned first in their subject. Richard Wang. He was first in accounting, shared. James Ferry, first in agricultural and horticultural science. Caleb Lynn. Caleb is also awarded the Photo Life Studios Graphics Art Award, and he got first in art design, shared. Sophia Waterman, first in level 3 art history, shared. Riley Payne, first in art printmaking, shared. Elsa Greenbaum, first in art photography, shared. And Nico Yorston, first in business society, also shared. If we could have a round of applause, please. James Nicholson, first in Business and Society, shared. Reuben Hassel, first in Computer Science. Jack Ganley, first in Digital Innovation. Gabriella Lovell, first in Earth and Space Science. Ali Kui, first in English NCA. Louis Austin, first in Geography. And Braden Scott, first in Mathematics with Calculus. A round of applause, please. Fern Donald, first in Media Studies, shared. Vivian Ho, first in Music. Ethan Peng, first in Physics, shared, and Ethan earns the Dave Woodley Physics Cup for Level 2, which is shared. Sophie McCarroll, first in Psychology. Samson Arthur, first in Spanish. Ashley Lander, first in Sports Science. Liam Walters, first in Economics and also third in Accounting. A round of applause, please. Antonia Cuthers, first in Te Reo Māori and third in Media Studies. Ash Tay, first in art painting, also third in physics and third in mathematics with calculus. Fiona Gao, first in art design shared and second in digital innovation. Tessa Clearwater, first in art photography shared and second in biology shared. Annabelle Choi, first in drama and second in agribusiness shared. Kelly Luang, first in Cambridge AS Mathematics and second in music shared. And Georgie Mitchell, first in agribusiness and first in media studies shared. A round of applause, please. Gracilia Neal Quinn, first in art printmaking shared and also first in design and visual communication. Curtis Gower, first in engineering and first in furniture and construction. Aaron Lee, first in accounting shared, first in physics shared, third in mathematics with Cambridge shared, and Aaron also was awarded the Dave Woodley Physics Cup for level 2, which was shared. Amethyst Cheng, first in level 3 mathematics with calculus, NCA, first in chemistry and second in English. Ben Foster, first in history, first in mathematics with statistics, second in Cambridge A-level English, and second in geography. Aditi Amanda, first in biology, first in Cambridge A-level English, second in chemistry, second in history, and second in level 3 Cambridge A-level mathematics. And a round of applause, please.
Thank you, Mrs. Bradford and Mr. Clerk. Congratulations to all of those students. Mr. Coley, Deputy Headmaster, Senior Academics, will now read the names of the Year 13 academic awardees. Presenting these awards will be Mrs. Helen Richardson. Mr. Coley will then move on to the tertiary scholarship recipients, and presenting these awards will be myself.
Thank you, Mr. Hardman. We will start with the industry prizes. The industry awards are given for effort and consistency across a number of subjects. Caitlin Foote. Annabelle Flexman. Sam Schultz. We now move to the Year 13 First in Subject Awards. Jessie Chen. Jessie Chen, First in Accounting. Jessie also receives the Deloitte Accounting Prize. Toby Robinson, First in Agricultural and Horticultural Science, shared. Charlotte Bells, First in Agribusiness. Charlotte also receives the P.W. Johnstone Memorial Trophy for Agribusiness. Emily Davies, First in Art Design. Paige Blackett, First in Art Photography, shared. Paige is also awarded the Bell Photography Award. Alice Smith, First in Digital Innovation. Frederica Saville, First in Drama. A round of applause, please. Holly Gimlet, first in Earth and Space Science. Aidan Hodgson, first in Cambridge A-Level English. Olivia Zhao, first in English NCA. Drew Ellison, first in engineering. Neo Ehrlich, first in sports coaching. Jasmine Davis, first in sports science. Jasmine also receives the Wintec Sports Studies Trophy. William Rushbrook, first in Spanish. William also is awarded the Beckett Prize for Literature for the student who excelled in all areas of the study of literature. Te Kokoro Thompson Evans, first in Te Reo Māori. A large round of applause, please. Marty Devlin, first in Agricultural and Horticultural Science Shared, and third in Media Studies. Daniel Zhao, first in Art History Shared, and third in History. Matilda Miller, first in the Business of Tourism, and third in Sports Science. Oscar Wohlsdorf, first in Computer Science and third in Economics. Georgia Roberts, first in Design and Visual Communication Graphics and third in Accounting. Oliver Jones, first in Furniture and Construction and third in Engineering. He also has awarded the St. Paul's Graphic and Technology Department and Waikato Master Builders Association Award for Exceptional Skills on the construction course. Round of applause, please. Isabel Morton Johnston, first in Media Studies and third in Agribusiness. Chelsea Chai, first in Art Photography Shared and second in Media Studies. Shaunak Punjabi, first in Economics and second in Accounting. Samara Cox, first in Health and second in the Business of Tourism. Eric Joe, first in Music and second in NCA English. George McDonald, first in Geography, second in History, and third in NCA English. George also receives the Waikato Geographical Society Award. A round of applause, please. Hayley Hanna, first in Art Printmaking, second in Health Shared, and second in Mathematics with Calculus. Roy Zhu, first in History, second in Economics, and second in Physics Shared. Alice Nyman, first in Physics, second in Cambridge A-Level English, second in Mathematics with Statistics, and third in Chemistry. Lee Han Kao, first in Chemistry, and first in AS Mathematics, Cambridge. Annabelle Stokes, first in Art Painting, first in Biology, first in Mathematics with Statistics, second in Chemistry, second in Physics Shared, and he also receives the Gary Judkins Statistical Trophy along with the Thornton Gallery Award. And the last award in this section is the International Leadership Award for the student who fosters international relations in the school, and this goes to Martina Zhang. Thank you. We now recognise the tertiary scholarship winners, and must acknowledge Mr. Hardman, who will assist here in the presenting of these awards. These are the scholarship winners in 2025. For the University of Auckland, the 140th Anniversary Academic Scholarship is James Sue. For the University of Canterbury College House Entrance Scholarship, Jasper Ludbrook. For the University of Canterbury Outstanding Impact Scholarship, Aidan Hodgson. The following awardees will be presented with the Massey University Undergraduate First Year Scholarship. Alice Smith. Iona Matanoga. Shaunak Punjabi. For the Victoria University of Wellington, the Pakohe Scholarship and the International Experience Grants goes to Daniel Zhao. A round of applause, please. The University of Otago Performance Entrance Scholarship goes to Jasmine Davis. The following students receive the University of Otago Māori Entrance Scholarship. Emily Davies. And Paige Hopping. Award of the University of Otago Academic Excellence Entrance Scholarship is Annabelle Stokes. The following students receive the University of Otago Leaders of Tomorrow Scholarship. Matilda Miller. And Hayley Hannah. For the University of Otago Leaders of Tomorrow Distinction Scholarship is awarded to Georgia Roberts. A round of applause, please. For the University of Otago, the Vice Chancellor's Scholarship is to Lee Hung Kao. Following is a full scholarship to the University of Melbourne, and this is awarded to Roy Zhu. And the following is a full athletics scholarship to the University of Austin, Texas in the United States. That's to Amber Church. A large round of applause, please.
Thank you, Mr. Coley, and thank you, Mrs. Richardson. It's now time for our third and final musical performance for today's ceremony. We will now enjoy our concert band who will perform How to Train Your Dragon by John Powell, conducted by Mr. Greg Taylor. Take it away.
To you, Mr. Greg Taylor, and that ensemble of phenomenal musicians. Thank you for sharing your talents with us, for uplifting us in this space this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the St Paul's community, it gives me great pride to take you through the final section of today's assembly, the recognition of special prize awardees. Presenting these awards is Chairman of the Board, Mr. Andrew Johnson. Thank you, sir, for your presence here today, validating the critical nature of this celebration and the successes of these awardees. The special prizes for 2025. Starting with the Peter Hampton Innovation in Agribusiness. Congratulations to the members of Kiwi Prune, Madeline Anderson, Libby Meredith, Casey Purvis, and Courtney Malloy. The ICT Award, awarded for dedication and commitment to ICT within the school and chapel. Congratulations, Charlie Parlane. And the St Paul's Parents Association Scholarship. This is awarded to a Year 12 student who started at St Paul's in the lower band and is now qualified for a full NCEA Level 3 Achievement Standards course next year. Congratulations, Shavir Mann. Please join with me in congratulating each of these recipients. I wish to give a little background to this next award. This is a brand new award commencing in 2025. This award has been set up recognising that as we went through a vision and a values refresh, that our current Year 13 students, as they have gifted so generously to the school, have also gifted this award to become a standard of excellence within our special awards at the annual Senior Prize Giving. This award will be awarded by the Year 13 head students on an annual basis to a Year 13 student in recognition of their outstanding embodiment of the school's core values. This award will honour a student who consistently leads by example and inspires others through their action and attitude. This is a beautiful new award, and there has been much discussion between Roy, Georgia, Annie and William as to what to call this award. This will come as a surprise, but it's an absolute delight that we commission, we name, and we have blessed this award, the Hardman Whānau Award. And we'd like to ask Mr. Hardman to come forward to present this. The first recipient of the Hardman Whānau Award for 2025, congratulations, Martina Zhang. The St Paul's Award for Year 12 in the John O'Ely Cup. This is awarded to a Year 12 student who has excelled in all areas of school life, academic, sport, culture, special character and leadership. Congratulations, Aditya Manda. Artie also receives today the Senior Oratory Prize. Aditya is a young man of boundless energy and potential and is multifaceted in skill set. He's a gifted academic. His results in Year 12 are scholarly. In Year 12 he's been awarded first in subjects AS English, Biology, and second in subjects for History, Chemistry and A-level Mathematics. His school-wide scope of influence extends to being awarded the Senior Oratory Prize, a skilled performer on stage and for his musicianship. A proud Fitchett House mentor, which when combined sees a well-rounded and talented student who is deeply committed to all he does. Congratulations, Artie. The Te Hokai Nuku Senior Manukura Ariki Māori Academic Excellence Award. Congratulations, Olive Rose Hapuku. He uri, please don't go anywhere. Thank you. Tēnei tauira no Ngāti Kahu Nunu. Olive Rose is determined, ambitious and a goal-driven leader who consistently strives for excellence in all she undertakes. Her focus and perseverance are matched by an inner belief to succeed and a genuine passion for learning. Across each subject, she demonstrates exceptional commitment and academic prowess, setting ambitious goals and working diligently to achieve them. Olive Rose's determination and drive to excel embody the values of achievement and aspiration within our kura. Congratulations, Olive Rose. To the Headmasters' Prizes. These are awarded for outstanding service to the school in a variety of areas: academics, leadership, sporting, cultural and other service. Each of these students has made extraordinary contribution to the school in their respective areas. This year, congratulations to the following students: Jasmine Davis, Olive Rose Hapuku, Ashley AJ Lake, Cameron Lalich, Lakin Moiki, Millicent Fetu, please join with me in congratulating the recipients of Headmasters' Prizes. Now to the BNZ Awards, presented by Mr. Condor on behalf of the BNZ Bank, and thank you for your partnership with us as a school, Tim. The BNZ Awards are given to 4 Year 13 students on an annual basis who have excelled academically and or in leadership, sport and cultural areas. Congratulations to the following 4 students: Charlotte Bells, Iona Martinoga, Georgia Roberts, Amroy Zhu, please join with me in recognising these recipients. Thank you, Mr. Condor. To the GW Lander Resilience Trophy. This is awarded to a student who has shown real courage and tenacity in the face of adversity. Congratulations, Rosie Wilson. The Te Manu Te Whero Rangi Trophy. This is awarded to a student who celebrates, enhances and develops kaupapa Māori and services to whānau o Hatupolda in all facets of school life and wider community. Congratulations, Millicent Fetu. The De Jong Trophy. This is awarded to a student who puts in consistent effort in all areas of school life, someone who always gives it their best in everything they do. Congratulations, Charlie Etherington. Charlie is a young man who has led Sargood House with distinction and humility throughout his final year. As head of house, Charlie has set the tone for their culture throughout quiet service, a calm and respectful presence, and a deeply rooted desire to do right by others. His character is one of integrity, purpose, and genuine care. In addition, Charlie has immersed himself in a broad range of cultural and sporting pursuits. An able orator, a talented sportsman, especially aquatically and water polo, to offering his time at serving others both here and abroad, Charlie has consistently shown he's a young man of depth and dedication. His reflections on service, community, and the value of connection reveal a maturity and worldliness beyond his years. Congratulations, Charlie. The Fitchett Trophy. This is awarded to the most outstanding female leader in the school other than the head girl. Congratulations, Annabelle Annie Stokes. Annie is an exceptional young woman whose leadership, positivity and commitment to personal excellence have been consistently evident throughout her time here and on full display in her final year of schooling. As Deputy Head Girl, Annie has embraced her leadership responsibilities with energy, integrity and determination. She leads with a calm authority, demonstrating the courage to make difficult decisions while bringing others along with her. Annie holds herself and others to a high standard and models the values of empathy, accountability and service. Her mature and approachable nature has made her a respected and admired role model among her peers and staff. In summary, Annie is a remarkable young woman whose warmth, intelligence and leadership leave a lasting impression on all she encounters. Congratulations, Annie. To the Lumen Family Trophy. This is awarded to most outstanding male leader in the school other than the head boy. Congratulations, William Peoples. As Deputy Head Boy, William has brought quiet strength and integrity to his leadership, earning the admiration of both staff and students alike. His ability to connect with others, whether other year levels, peers or staff, is underpinned by genuine care, emotional intelligence and a strong moral compass. These characteristics have seen his leadership blossom in multiple areas, such as the rowing club as Deputy Head Boy, in Hamilton House, of which he's a proud member, and within the general cadence of school day life, where he leads by example with benevolence, with empathy and via his innately good character. Congratulations, William. The Andrea Jean Jenkins Cup, and this is for Head Girl, awarded to the Head Girl for outstanding leadership and commitment in all areas of school life. Congratulations, Georgia Roberts. You have heard, you have seen the wonderful human that Georgia is. Georgia, once again, on behalf of us all, thank you for your heart. Thank you for your tremendous leadership in 2025. The Leggett Prize and the Old Collegians Trophy for Head Boy of the School, awarded to the Head Boy for outstanding leadership and commitment in all areas of school life. Congratulations, Roy Zhu. Roy, we have all seen your energy, we have experienced your humour, we have loved everything about the real you. Thank you so much for the way in which you have served in 2025. Congratulations, Roy Zhu. The Galatians Trophy. This is awarded to a student who, in the opinion of staff, displays the following qualities: patience, kindness, faithfulness, humility and self-control. A decent young man or woman who has proven to be excellent and influential citizen by the strength of their character. Congratulations, Sean Lester. As Sean Lester comes up from the back, and it's no surprise that he has been working such as the very nature of what he does. Sean is a young man of deep integrity, humility and compassion. He has shown himself to be reliable, generous with his time and completely committed to the values in the communities, the service and faith aspect of our chapel program. He has sought to uphold all of these aspects of school life. He seeks to serve with joy, humility and compassion. Perhaps his sermon for the Williams House Chapel encapsulates him best, where he led a powerful address on the notion of a driving force, exploring the idea that our actions should be shaped not just by self-interest, but rather by a greater purpose in the service of others. It was a moment that spoke to Sean's depth of character and values and sees him unreservedly deserving of this selfless award. Congratulations, Sean Lester. The Seville Cup. This is awarded to a student who has contributed most to the school in a variety of activities. Congratulations, Daniel Zhao. Daniel is the epitome of prestigiousness in his involvement across the quantum of school life. He is gifted academically, as proven by his placement on the Academic Honours Board's previous scholarship success and his Level 3 Excellence endorsement. As Head of Service, his involvement in mission and outreach initiatives are intrinsically fostered. He was the joint head of the Ball Committee, head of debating on the International Council, Academic Council, the list goes on. In essence, he has devoted his energy, passion and his dwindling time to numerous and varied areas of school life with verve and care. Congratulations, Daniel Zhao. And to the final two awards of this morning's senior prize giving. The trophy for Proxima Kesset. Congratulations, Roy Zhu. Roy has demonstrated a profound and sustained commitment to scholarly excellence across a broad range of disciplines. He possesses academic fortitude, inquisitiveness and commitment to excellence across all subjects. In 2025, he was proven to be a deep thinker in sitting 6 scholarship subjects this year, along with 2 scholarships awarded last year. Our trophy, once again, for Proxima Kesset. Congratulations, Roy Zhu. And finally, the Katrina L. Ward Cup for the Ducks of the school. Congratulations, Annabelle Stokes. Thank you, school. Annie, I'd like you to come back up again just on your feet to the centre here as I read a citation recognising your outstanding achievement of Ducks of the school in 2025. Our Ducks for 2025, Annie Stokes, has committed herself to the highest standards of academic endeavour and does so through self-drive, determination and with a tenacious and steely mind that explores subjects in order to make sense of the world around her. She is first in subject for biology, first in subject art painting, first in subject mathematics with statistics, second in subject level 3 physics shared, second in subject chemistry. She is assiduous in her approach to all that she undertakes, garnering her the Thornton Gallery Trophy for the Most Promising Artist, and ensuring that she is the preeminent scholar of the Year 13 cohort in 2025. In doing all of this, she has achieved a perfect GPA score across all subjects, a GPA 100%. Congratulations, Annabelle Stokes.
Thank you, Headmaster. Well done to all our prize winners. Well done, Annie. Thank you to the four head students. I'll have to catch up with you later, Ree. That's a thing I didn't know about. In a short moment, we will all stand to sing our final hymn, Jerusalem. At its conclusion, we'll remain standing, and the Archbishop Emeritus Sir David Moxon will lead the school in its benediction. The school concert band will then spring into life, playing Parito Raka by Jamie Texador, thus signalling the start of the recessional. This will see the sanctuary depart, led by our headmaster, departing staff, invited guests, and all of our teaching staff. Please be upstanding for the hymn, Jerusalem.
I ngā wā katoa, kia kaha, kia toa, hiko i roto i te rangi Māria me te aroha te atua i tēnei rā i ngā wahi katoa. May the wisdom of God uphold you. May the light of God encircle you. And may the grace and peace of God come down upon you now, in the name of God, creating, redeeming and life-giving. Amen.
Big round of applause for our concert band.